I did it. Look at me. I did it. All the tech.
Bravo, bravo.
I'm so proud of me. Yay. Greetings.
Well.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Chaos Magic. Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a few notes for you to start off the evening. Obviously, we are among friends here, but there is no hate speech. This is all love. It is all about the love under will. And we ask, but do not require, that you perform one original and one cover piece. If you want, you can perform two originals. You can do as you will, shall be the whole of the law. But we do have a little tradition of cover pieces here. So please take that into consideration.
Good.
Our first performer for the evening will be Bill Elkins. Let's welcome Bill Elkins. Everybody unmute for a sec. Say hello to Bill Elkins. Bill!
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, we love you.
Greetings from Long Beach. My guitar says hi as well. Can you hear me? Okay. Am I on? Okay. I like your rule or guideline of original and a cover song. So I'll start off with an original. It's entitled Sojourn to the Emerald Isle. And it's a song that I wrote when I took my daughter, who graduated from college, to Ireland. And we took just she and I, and we rented a car and we drove all across Ireland. It was a great trip. Anyway, I hope you like it. Excuse me. Okay. Do 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 do. LAX to Dublin Airport, 9 hours in the stratosphere. Father and daughter, filial bonding in the land of the Emerald Isle. Mini Nissan, right side driving, unforgiving roundabouts. Old brick and stone cities, green meadows, rainy sky. Do 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 do. Limerick City, rough and weathered, vibrant people so down to earth. River Shannon, dark and ancient, flown through town to the sea. Dueling music, the cliffs of Mourne, majestic beauty crafted by pen. Galway, Upper Salt Hill, troubadour singing songs from the heart. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Old Killarney, quaint and charming. We drank some pints at O'Connor's pub. Cork City, oh so hilly. We crossed the River Lee on St. Patrick's Bridge. Drove to Shandon in the Highlands. Viewed the city down below. Blarney Castle, pubs and people. Oh, Ireland, I love you so. Oh, do 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 do. Oh, Dublin, that big Irish apple, city of Ulysses on the Irish Sea. Phoenix Park, Trinity College, saw Mamma Mia at the Point Theatre. Stayed in Sutton on the coast, took Dart into town. River Liffey, Dublin Castle, we hung around Temple Bar. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. La 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 la. Thank you, everybody. You all heard the song? Yeah. I guess
It
I'm
was
not.
great. Yeah, it came through loud and clear, Bill. Do you have another piece for us?
Huh?
Do you have another piece for us?
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. Good to hear.
I'll do a cover.
Oh, excellent.
I'm glad to do a cover. I don't get a chance to do those because a lot of them don't allow you to do that. Okay, I'll do okay, I'm going to do a Dylan song, I think. I'm going to just do a You Ain't Don't Going Nowhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clouds so swift, rain won't lift, gate won't close, raining clothes. Get your mind off winter time, you ain't going nowhere. Ooh, we're right behind, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. I don't care how many letters they sent, morning came and morning went. Pick up your money and pack up your tent, you ain't going nowhere. Ooh, we're right behind, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. Buy me a flute and a gun that shoots, tailgates and substitutes. Strap yourself to the tree with roots, you ain't going nowhere. Ooh, we're riding me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. Genghis Khan, he could not keep all his kings supplied with sleep. We'll climb that hill no matter how steep when we get up to it. Ooh, we're riding me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. Ooh, we're riding me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah,
That
Bill.
was a great choice.
That was beautiful.
Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Bill, that was gorgeous. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your brilliant work with us. We are now pleased to welcome to the mic poet Sofia Falco and her tigers.
All right.
Welcome.
All right. I have a cover. Let's see. It's from Some of the Light, New and Selective Poems by Tim Z. Hernandez, and I'll show the cover. And let's see here. So sorry, situated. So it says it's just 4.27.20. Today I witnessed a parade of leaves marching down Stanton Street in groups of 10, maybe more, taunting us with their natural freedom. Outside, the Pablo Verde tree trembles in the oncoming heat, while the windows gossip with the blown particles of a glass I broke. Each refraction, a glimpse of our despair. The rumor goes, inside this house lives an aging man, head of raven and ice with 2 children and everything to lose. These days have turned futile. We can't live this way much longer. We are the stars, and we are the darkness that surrounds the stars, and we are the ether and the emptiness and the desirous distance between the two. I must remember this. Poem 4.27.20 by Tim Z. Hernandez. So really just moving poem by Tim Z. Hernandez, reiterate. And the poem I'm going to be reading tonight is original piece of my own. I'm working on always working on projects. But anyways, this one's titled Mermaid Math. Excuse me. Mermaid math. The number of mermaids needed to mermaid math. The number of mermaids needed to tenderly hold hands in order to span the circumference of the earth would be 26246,880, diving upwards from the depths of the oceans from hiding in their oceanic ways, knowingly that humanity needs help now to bring back a sense of mysticism and healing. Well, their beauty is a plus but fleeting. Pleasure is not the answer, like masturbating myself to sleep. They wouldn't cause an uproar, or they could, because their genders would be on a spectrum like the light filtering to create that rainbow, the beyond, the beyond, the beyond blue, my favorite color. They need to hear my tears that need to be born. connectivity. But wait, the mermaids are just a metaphor for better days. It's you who I want to hold my hand, not just a mere mortal, but my dear friend. Thank you.
Spectacular. Wow, Sophia. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
Damn, Sophia.
More.
Everyone.
Yes. Love it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next up on the mic, Generalissimo, who I had the pleasure of dining with in New York City for Poetry Fest. Cannot strongly recommend enough that you come to Poetry Fest in the end of July. It is fan-fucking-tastic. Generalissimo, will you bless us with some words?
Yes, yes, I will. I'm not going to say who wrote this poem till afterwards, okay? It's called Ode to a Sunflower. In outer space, a strong sunflower floats in orbit, and a lovely astronaut sprinkles joy on the sunflower. The sunflower seeds light up in a yellow spiral one by one rapidly. Beams of light radiate out from each seed, and the petals pulsate with power, flashes of gold in the realm of dark matter. These beams of light reach the earth coated in a blanket of black, cutting through the darkness, zigzagging like lightning. Oh, how the sunflower shakes its head like a lion shakes his mane and showers yellow pollen that floats, drifts, and coats to the darkness ever so gracefully with gold, like a rain that reaches earth, a sunflower bringing joy into this dark world. From an amazing book called Farewell, Clay Dove by the one, the only, the amazing, fantastic poet Sofia Falco. Did you recognize that poem, Sophia?
Of course. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, I saw the book the other day and I read through it. It's so wonderful. You're just, you always take me aback with your stuff. So
So touching. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I will read a poem of my own. Let's see what I have for you. Let's do this piece, which was in Jerry Jazz Musician. It's called How I Achieved Levitation. They all lived in the Walnut Building. Satchmo blew the roof off the house. Fats Waller tickled ivories. Dizzy Gillespie flugeled. Billie Holiday wailed. Ella Fitzgerald scattered. Sarah Vaughan redefined divine with sassy. Lena Horne created paradise from stormy weather. Excuse me. Sinatra crooned. Sammy Davis Jr. played every instrument with unmitigated cool. Ray Charles saw the world through his songs. Harry Belafonte diode. Benny Goodman swung. Tommy Dorsey trombone. Buddy Rich drums. Stan Getz saxed. Woody Herman clarineted. Spike Jones orchestrated unconventionality. Lead Belly sat on a stool singing the blues. Barbara Streisand was there, churning butter. The Walnut Building had no elevator. All its occupants were made of vinyl, protected by paper sleeves and cardboard sleeves. They were carefully removed from cardboard, then paper, then placed onto a turntable. Then a needle found their grooves. Then music and voices emanated from speakers. I'd watch my father sitting in Mr. Chair, his leather Eames knockoff, breathing in through his nose as if he were breathing in fresh mountain air. He closed his eyes, leaned back, tapped his feet on the orange shag carpeting, and lightly snapped his fingers. He existed in the chair, but he levitated. In the family room of the Franco house at 305 Fernhill Court in Mobile, Alabama, to the left of the 1960s Danish modern wall unit was the Walnut Building. 5 solid walnut cubes stacked one on top of another, just shy of 6 feet tall. Each cube with dozens of cardboard sleeved LPs, mostly 33 1/3 and maybe a half dozen 78s. 2.5 years after Dad died, when I came home from New York to Alabama when Mom was moving to a patio home, I decided the Cubes were an apartment building in Hell's Kitchen, or maybe Soho decades before Soho was trendy. The musicians and vocalists held impromptu jam sessions, creating masterpieces that happened once, never to be recorded for the masses, never to become legendary performances at Newport, Monterey, or Montreux. The night I flew in, I sat in Dad's chair and existed in the same room with the residents of the Walnut Building. The needle grooved into the vinyl. I sunk into Mr. Chair's weathered leather, reclined, closed my eyes, and levitated. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, fantastic. I was levitating too.
Yeah,
Oh.
easy to hear how you got to levitate in that scene, Generalissimo.
Very
Everybody open your
uplifting.
mics, give it up for Generalissimo.
Generalissimo.
Woo! Yeah.
I
Love your
that
voice.
chair, Mr. Chair. I love that. You can tell I just have such happy memories.
That was actually a product. That was actually the name of the chair, Mr. Chair, that the company made.
Okay, up next, prepare yourselves, everyone. Strap in, get ready to enter the Skiff verse with Paul's Skiff. If you will bless us with some words, Paul, we would be eternally grateful.
Oh, yes, it's great to be here. Gustav, think I could share a screen? Would that be possible?
Yes, I will make that work. KataLyst, can you make that work or should I do it?
I can do it. It's going to take me 10 seconds.
I hope this works.
I got it.
Okay.
Yes, I got it. I did it. Yay.
All
I
right.
figured it out. You should be able to share screen now.
Okay, just want to set this up. I hope this works. It's just going to be a video shown off the YouTube channel, but this is what I'm going to offer as a cover. And I thought rather than reading this person's words, it'd be better for you to see and hear this person deliver their poem. I've listened to this about 4 times. I just think it's one of the most potent poems of the 21st century. It's about a 5-minute video, but there's hardly any slow points in this. There's just one epiphany after the other. And why I wanted to offer this, if you like the work of Kate or Christy Scribbles or Ray Jane or Vex Lex or CP or Elemental or Gustav or Kazi or any number of the other people here, just listen to this person's delivery. This is just so instructive about the power of the spoken word. This is New York State Attorney General Letitia James making her statement after the recent fraud judgment, and I think you'll know who that refers to, but just listen to the power of the spoken word in this. Let's see if I can get this up.
Today, justice has been served. Today, we prove that no one is above the law. No matter how rich, powerful, or politically connected you are, everyone must play by the same rules. We have a responsibility to protect the integrity of the marketplace. For years, Donald Trump engaged in deceptive business practices and tremendous fraud. Donald Trump falsely, knowingly, inflated his net worth by billions of dollars to unjustly enrich himself, his family, and to cheat the system. Donald Trump may have authored the art of the deal, but he perfected the art of the steal. This long-running fraud was intentional, egregious, illegal. And he did all of this with the help of the other defendants, his 2 adult sons, senior executives at the Trump Organization. So, After 11 weeks of trial, we showed the staggering extent of his fraud and exactly how Donald Trump and the other defendants deceived banks, insurance companies, and other financial institutions for their own personal gain. We proved just how much Donald Trump, his family, and his company unjustly benefited from his fraud. Today, court, once again, ruled in our favor, and in favor of every hard-working American who plays by the rules. Donald Trump and the other defendants were ordered to pay $463.9 million. That represents $363.9 million in disgorgement, plus $100 million in interest, which will continue to increase every single day till it is paid. Donald Trump, the former chief financial officer of the Trump Organization, Alan Weisselberg, the former controller of the Trump Organization, Jeffrey McConney, are each banned serving as an officer or director of any New York company for 3 years. Mr. Weisselberg and Mr. McConney are also banned for life from serving in a financial management role in any New York company. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump are banned from serving as an officer or director of any New York company for 2 years. And Donald Trump and his companies are banned from applying for loans from any New York bank or financial institution for 3 years. A new independent director of compliance will be created at the Trump Organization to ensure the company establishes internal protocols and meets financial reporting obligations. And the current independent external monitor will continue to oversee the company's financial dealings and ensure this fraud cannot continue. I want to be clear. White-collar financial fraud is not a victimless crime. When the powerful break the law and take more than their fair share, there are fewer resources available for working people, small businesses, and families. And everyday Americans cannot lie to a bank about how much money they have in order to get a mortgage to buy a home, or a loan to keep their business afloat, or to send their child to college. And if they did, our government would throw a book at them. I want to thank the entire incredible and hardworking team in my office that tried this case, because the scale and the scope of Donald Trump's fraud is staggering. So too is his ego and his belief that the rules do not apply to him. Today, we are holding Donald Trump accountable. We are holding him accountable for lying, cheating, and a lack of contrition, for flouting the rules that all of us must play by. Because there cannot be different rules for different people in this country. Former presidents are no exception. This decision is a massive victory for every American who believes in that simple, fundamental pillar of our democracy, that the rule of law applies to all of us, equally, fairly, justly. Thank you.
That's, I don't know about you, but oh, get that off.
I'm sorry, we're getting a little feedback. I didn't understand you, Paul. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, sorry. I just found that very instructive myself. So thanks for sitting through that.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's don't know if I think I took up a lot of time with that. So I'm not actually gonna do a poem. I'm gonna let you digest that. Thanks.
Okay, Paul, thank you so much. Cheers. Next up on the mic, we have Whisper Poet, my friend and yours.
Hey, you guys.
Host of Heart of the Artist.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we have Marianne Teft. Yes.
Yes.
So excited. So excited. So I'm at my mother's in Tennessee, and I did not bring any of my poetry books with me. So I'm going to do 2 podios for you, poem videos, podio. I'm totally claiming that sniglet in the vocabulary. So I'm going to share screen. I tried to do this the other day, and I don't, what was it, Open Minds? I think when I tried to do one, and I'm not sure anybody could really hear it. So if you guys would please give me some feedback after as to the sound quality, because if it's not working, then I got to figure out my my technology issues with this. But let's see if I can share the screen.
Magus, you'll have to make her co-host, I think.
I think she's already co-host from earlier.
There we
Or
go.
do I have to do it again?
No, I think I've got it here. Oh, no, it says only the host can. I think you two are
There
hosts.
we go. There we go. You should be able to do it now.
Thank you. Screen. Okay, start. Okay. And here we go.
Quicksilver reflections dance over the surface in the advancing dark. This dark does not bully me for my breath. It does not shoulder against me, seeking space. It is a gentle gloaming that arose when the sun melted into the forests of the night. Golden lights from across the water play on the mercurial canvas, while the echoing voices of the shadow dancers exult. Giddy wraiths, they pirouette in delight and chunk rocks, watching intently for the frog-like progress of the stones across the deep, giving great hurrahs, sink or swim. The night watches them with gentle eyes, and I admire its bravery as it lovingly releases the shadow dancers to the land for safekeeping. Their sounds slip away, as if captured in the blanket of the night and loved to sleep, leaving only the song of the undulating water to reverberate upon the shore. One by one, the golden lights are snuffed until only the moonless sky presides. The night rests its head and sighs, resolved to wait patiently for the rising of the sun and the return of the dancers. And I stood cradled in the arms of Mother Earth as she lifted me upon her shoulders, where I could see out across the vista, the deep green of the trees falling away into the valley below, becoming fields and hills, and rising away from me in shades of blue as deep as the ocean, then becoming lighter and lighter the higher my eyes climbed, until they reached the sky, where only the sun could say where Mother Earth ended and began. I stood in the still cold of the morning, listening to the quiet, watching the blue cliffs of the snow-covered peaks standing proudly in the sparkling air. I could feel her waiting patiently beneath me. I breathed in a deep lungful of her magic, and finally felt my alone. The trees stood witness to my rebirth, guardians towering with branches as arms reaching towards the heavens in triumph. In that great vast stillness, tears came to my eyes, and I let my alone fill me until I was full of its weight. But then It changed. Alone became freedom. And it embraced me in this theater of ancients. It filled me until my heart knew my truth, and I could wrap my alone around me and weave it back into myself. And I heard her whisper into my ear, "Yes, daughter. Yes."
And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, maybe, a landslide will bring you down.
Absolutely fantastic.
That was
Wow.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Did
just
you-
gorgeous.
Wow.
The sound was great.
Amazing.
Sound was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Next up on the mic, we have my friend Nemo Sum, a dear friend of mine and yours. Please open your mics for a second, give some love to Whisper Poet. I forgot to emphasize that we should all yell big time.
Yeah, Whisper.
Whisper!
Woo!
That was incredible.
That was so dope.
Amazing.
I was transported.
Yeah.
Indeed. And now, Nemo, will you bless us with some words?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
I am part of a nonprofit organization here in Charlotte called the Guerrilla Poets. I'm very proud to be part of the organization. We offer writing, art, and music workshops for children and adults in shelters and schools. I'm going to read a cover poem. For my cover poem, I'm going to read a piece by the founder and leader of the Guerrilla Poets, Shane Maynard. And then I'm going to be reading a micro triptych that I believe I'm going to be using to represent the Guerrilla Poets at a local arts fundraiser. So, okay, here we go. This cover piece is, this is called Art Tax by Shane Maynard. America, your children can have a paintbrush or a gun in their hands. You decide. Though I suggest you think twice, considering the world you've left them to play in is filled with nooses of your loose ends. Colleges who see students as blood banks for tuition they can't pay. A housing market housing rich lineage and all your generational trauma from thinking being American means you got to be Ford tough. How your Great Depression taught you to suffer in silence, but that gaping hole that once reaped your cupboards now reaps the minds of your sons and daughters. A Great Depression of the modern day. We heard your stories of the Cold War era, how being afraid in America meant hiding under your desks from the Russians. America, your children still hide under their desks, but now from each other. So much anger, they don't know where to aim. One day they may. I've seen the violence ripple through them as your flag, stripes of red bleeding all over itself, the blue of bruises beaten inward, the folds of fists frayed at their grip, just trying to fight for a reason to live. And I've seen paint smooth over the canyon of creases that circumstance has ripped through them. I've seen how each stroke on a canvas allows them to process what's been done to them, planning what's next through lyrics and verses, climbing one line at a time to freedom. I've seen poetry grant more forgiveness and revenge than any bullet could blast. I've seen them write themselves out of your trauma, dare to dream for a better tomorrow. I've seen how art has not just saved their lives, but the lives of every citizen who's forgotten that they are too powerful enough to change the course of America on the day they settled into their complacency. So they handed the responsibility off to the next generation, only to blame them for the outcome. I've seen the result come in the form of the barrel of a gun pressed against a boy's chest, like it was his cross, his birthright to die in these streets to remind you of the first America, the Wild West. I've heard a child's stomach growl, belly of the beast loud, till the only thing I could hear was the hollow promise echoing through a cracked Liberty Bell. I've seen a girl refuse to trust any kind of word from an adult, damned herself ugly, then painted herself beautiful enough times to finally believe it. America, your children can carry a coffin or a canvas, a switchblade or stanzas, a suicide note or a scholarship, a death threat or a dream, a way to heal or a way to bleed, your pride or your shame, the result of your support or the cost of your blame, your better future or your frail fall. America, it's your call.
Woo! Wow. Oh my God, Shane. Wow. Nemo, great read, but wow, what a poem. Very,
Right.
very intense.
Yeah, she's
Yeah. Children can carry a coffin or a canvas. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay, you have more for us?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a micro triptych. My mind palace is a labyrinth of my own devising. Halls of neurons twist away into the darkness in all directions from where I stand. So perfect was my design that I cannot escape. And those brave souls who come looking for me become hopelessly lost. There's something in here that feeds on flesh. I see its horns in the mirror sometimes, and I'm never far from its hot and wretched breath. Perhaps I built the maze to hold the monster. I woke this morning to find myself changed. My jaw is sore from grinding, but that's nothing new. I had to untangle myself from the machine that keeps me sleeping, as I do every morning. One machine to make me sleep, one machine to wake me. I won't look at myself in the mirror. Maybe I'm afraid to see my true face, or maybe I can't bring myself to look into those sad eyes anymore. Some days the horns are heavy, my head is bowed, my mood is dark, and my heart feels like it will never heal. When gods meet men, they make monsters. When monsters mate, do they make a man no God would claim? I woke this morning to find myself changed. I know the ascent all too well. Slopes painted with my spent blood, scattered with the shredded banners of past rallies. It's my heart's deepest desire to get to the top of the hill, but there's this boulder, and it is with me wherever I go. Pushing the great rock upwards has carved grooves in the dirt. Sometimes I follow them. Sometimes I make new ones. And sometimes I want to change the path, but the boulder gets stuck in the ruts. I find myself having to repeat a route I know will end in failure, and I'll watch the boulder roll back down, crushing everything beneath it, bringing me back to the base, looking up, feeling broken. I've gotten to the top before. But the last time, I found a wicked man whose face I've seen in the mirror. So I pushed him, and I felt him fall. And I dreamt that my world was tumbling. And I woke at the bottom, feeling scared. This time, I'm keeping my head down, staying focused on the work. I can feel the weight of the burden shifting as my will grows stronger and the climb begins again. Thank you.
You are a heavy, heavy hitter.
More.
Well done.
Delivers a punch.
Very thoughtful.
Thank you.
I hate to put it this way. KataLyst had to leave for a minute. There's some things going on. So I'm a little adrift without her as my co-host. I am going to ask LaMar Mitchell to unmute and bless us with some words. And next up on the mic will be Maddie. Okay. Hey, LaMar.
Hey,
Good to see you.
good to see you too.
Cheers. Welcome to Chaos Magic.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bring it.
Here we go. So this piece is called Blood of the Black Monolith. Stasis is the only constant. This ship has permanently dropped anchor. Tomorrow will be another rowing of the canoe around a planetary jawbreaker. Equinox coordinates guide me through a curvature triangulated to strangle the racists who turn blackness into misery and whiteness into sacred. I'm lost in the infoverse under 2 moons, 3 suns, and 1 pet cryptid. It's the life of Pi in this Piri Reyes map beyond white supremacy with only a ghost as witness. Fictive racism complaints gaslight the bat signal because who's a of nuclear feces juice, cancel it, then spread honeysuckle. Rubber band money bundles is the end game, promoting a lemur, not a monkey hustle. Madagascar is Dianetics program with my cryptography in a shape. As non-Euclidean space revamp my spatial sense, devil's jizz was the icing on the cake. Planet spigot unnozzled, now drips the frozen messiah. Catatonic dervishes, wax museum fixtures, in the echo chamber of a golden vagina. Got my N95 mask, dodging the mask killer with the fake Rorschach. It's murder on sight for any masker, heroines and heroes who campaign against warlocks. I got my ladder and I'm climbing the 100-foot-high wine glass just to sip some heaven. The celestial smolder from the fire of inappropriate, misplaced microaggressions. Pearls of Madonna soak me, invited to a gynocratic vector on full blast. The bus is overcrowded, but my solar prowess keeps me insulated from the cult crash. I troll trash for the schadenfreude of porn that tickles the shoemaker in me. Cordwainers from the discord of anger with my foot in the ass of the blacksmith in the bakery. Another robot that didn't involve a terry cloth sash merchant. This is the tinfoil suit runway. Mission to murk every AI mainframe so my Fridays can't be Mondays. Gunplay of the mind. We're all cowboys safeguarding our cabinet full of gooey gobs of honey light. Winnie the Pooh's going cuckoo with poop smeared dollars and I still get my money right. Eeyore, deep on the seafloor, pulling a haul of angst boxes, commanded to gatekeep the pain of world soul via eco-aware communal space rockets. Overdrawn at the Weltschmerz Bank, my smiley face has grown gigantor pituitary. A smiling Godzilla stampeding the city, blowing fire of the sun on diehard luminaries. Cloistered in my aortas, every lit black poetry slam event I've ever carried away with me. Tegmarkian universe of a Nubian time traveler, moon swaying the seas. Al-Maravid Moors attack the Caucasian superforce field, thinning out auras. As a haze sweeps up the city, airborne toxic event, induces comas in the forking paths of Borgus. Everything in upheaval, all universes spinning, emitting machinists for omitting Gandhi, social activist tsunamis and hunger strikes stuffing spaghetti into the engine of a Maserati. Full stomachs don't need to complain. That's why the squeakier wheel gets the grease. Then everybody eats like Kerr's offense system, touching the planet with our pink. Thank you.
Woo-hoo, LaMar. Yeah. Do you have another piece for us?
Yeah, sure. I have one more piece.
Okay. All right, super.
All
Go.
right. Cool. This one's called Dark Cowgirls 3, Dissident Interjection. Here we go. On a distant slant wave where Dark Angel and Original Cindy spoon each other, I'm caught in between two maroon moons where the fish air cages speak hunter. Blade runners net the refugee replicants in info form, renting out a molecule to live inside, decorating the walls with anime nympho porn. Disco storm swept in, undertowed back out, water crawling down the canvas, spilling the haunted house empty, decked the attic with a cactus pruning the arms of Atlas. Fat flicks, cortichrome zoetroping in the kabuki stained smoke and mirrors, flash of flat earth beyond the prison where the pollution gets clearer. Caligula and Trump on the sex offender registry, still cash and chips. White power is the gun tower, mowing down natives and blacks with fascist clips. But Clarence Thomas let Candace Owens craft a battle rap versus terrorists promised but never heeded, tracking panda scat merchants, blasting off the planet in my Cadillac, cruising the Oort clouds, swing by and fuck every alien in the universe with the dildo for the warp bound. Capitalism nails Ronald McDonald to the crucifix for the diehard idiocrat worshippers. Pour a jar of scissors into the brain of a blank boy's cipher, slam the door shut and horrors glimmer. Gaseous sword dipper, attack the labyrinths with minimalistic simplicity. Flat planar dimension wins out, plug the big house with convicts of antipathy. Blistering talks and newspaper windmill through Captain America's shield. All the banal moments that turn into rodents. I'm petting a porcupine, evoking the opening of the seven seals. The King James Bible leads the circus mimes into the desolate wastelands of the imagination. Fascination is a claymore turd stepped on to stimulate polychromatic palmette valuation. Televangelist prison, where the crooked cops get sealed up in ad seg, pickle the Nazis in a jail or death or institutions, tapping kegs with the living dead. Squeezing blackheads out my face worms, truck a swamp monster on my flatbed, cross-country cruising to share the Wakan Tonka magic with the fat kids who cast webs. Skinny caps produce lo-fi classics that shine without street lamps. Less is more approach with spare style scribbling basic visuals, bunny hop and altered beast ramps. I'm Napoleon, demon possessed by Snowball, no pigs on my plate. Strictly alien parasites for the du jour dish prepared by the followers of Andrew Tate. Mummies and mannequins gang stalk the politicians like the myth of Ham. Curse of nakedness brought Abraham to his knees to suck off the demons of Disneyland. Wicked plan manifested by the Freudian psychosexual vortex spinning wheels. My nose is a spigot leaking purple paint to recolorize my lips while I'm kissing grills. Planet at a standstill, frozen in fear of public enemy, licking the mechanical lollipop that squats for the low-budget treasury. Thank you.
Holy shit, LaMar, that was fierce.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody open your mics and give it up for LaMar Mitchell.
Thank you,
LaMar.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
LaMar, I felt like at any one of your lines of verse, I can hear Hendrix saying one of those lines. Like
I felt like you were a comet.
Electric Lady, yeah, it was dope.
Thank you.
Right on. I felt like you were a comet coming to destroy all life on Earth, man. Wow. Damn.
Thank you.
Okay.
No prisoners.
Right. Next up, we have Baby, and she has informed me that she has a rather long piece for us. It's like 7 minutes. So we're going to indulge her because she's fabulous and we love her. And we can't wait to hear what she's come up with. Baby, will you bless us with some words?
Thank you for the love and also the time. So I wrote this poem because I had a nightmare and I woke up out of my nightmare and I wrote it down. And anyway, no need to explain. I woke up because I heard this voice that was my dad's voice coming from the inside of a church, and he said, "The baby has cooked and the son is asleep." And it's my dad's birthday today, so I thought I'd read a poem about that. Okay. The baby has cooked. I'm here for your thoughts, available for your desires. It is me, 4, standing next to me, 2, in abject horror, silent, small, and sent into dust frenzy, the way a volcanic eruption fossilizes everyone in place, the way it shrinks them, a rock thrown into the past clatters down the hall. I had a place I lived, though punishing, a park over San Francisco, some church's backyard playground. I stayed there. My boyfriend is cruel. I prayed to grow a whiptail each night, and when it didn't show, I'd sit up gasping for air. No, as if terrified out of a dream into the next. No, from under him. No, I was living a torment life. No, while we watched the world from this camp, a small no spoken into the woods in the backyard of a church. I watch as little light beams coat the trailhead below. I think we are lost, some Boy Scout says, 1,000 yards out, and I watch them like ants, like television in the background while I offer my body to God in the backyard. I go, I get in the tent each night. I grow the whiptail, let him show his teeth, and I lick them. I eat from the can. I crawl into the sleeping bag, cold feet, and rest in the backyard with the church light sprayed across my chest. People say he is scary when he prays. His eyes go black. I say it's worship. It's a god of me. My tongue, his mouth grows bigger each time I return to him, till anything was a trailhead back to him, till everything he told me was spoken through Halloween fanged jarble speech, his terror a schedule, as if written in on the calendar. I am expecting it. My backyard camping trip to him, I mean, I have never strayed too far from the word, which is my Lord, which is my master. I say I shall not want, and when he drools at my neck and says he wants to try my blood, though it is mine, he doesn't ask. Our tent, Jumanji, I am expected. I'm expected at the game board to move my piece, and I pray for my whiptail to grow before it's my turn to kneel. In this dream, I was just thrown over and over, from church to pissing behind a tree, from being met with some choir tuning a fork into my bones to being knelt at the fork in the road, licking the dirt off the direction, and then from service to service, next no, next sex with, and then torture from thee, the good God. But the same denial over and over is a crucifix. Stab, beg, plead, fall, stab, beg, plead, fall. This is love. God's mercy is love, is sharp, and you can hide all you want. But where I've hidden my Sunday best is the same place every night. Enough times, God, the dog, the one with the teeth from my first bite, he finally sees me, catches me up in his arms. He is the pew. He sees me from his throne. He sees me no matter where I go. Running like an ant, he watches me like television, laughs maniacally. I didn't know he was there in my window or awake within my step, all the props on the stage, though he hides in plain sight, alive. Inside the men I love enough to turn the whip on myself. Rather a bad dream, I think. Dream me does not know this, that she was running back to camp at night on purpose. Subconjugal every time, but that night he stayed up till dawn, right before the sun. Dream me, don't know, I don't know. I got greedy. I wanted to be awake when the sun came up. I cut it too close, I got too close. If I loose the choke collar off my throat, it is his voice that cackles out of me and bellows like a thunder crack out of my atrium, chest wet. I wish me dead, he says, out of my throat. It is God. My father, his voice, the knife under the mattress. God, is this you, Dad, in the mirror? He said to me in a dream I had, the Zeus archetype teaching me a lesson yet again, who has written his name on my rosary. Even unconscious, I cannot escape your church. The pew I kneel at each night to wash my neck for your mouth. He said, the son sleeps, the baby is cooked, as in gotcha, as in my work is done, as in I've done it all for him. My racing heart, my knees tagged like a highway. I've done it for him, the secret beatings of my body, a whip that I tore out of my own back with my thirsty, I am goblin death at the sermon. I find a costume for every occasion. I say, I just like the music. I'm just here for the music, which is how I justify my attendance with a love for the art, the most holy of songs. It's why I put on the dress, because they played it here for me once. I say, the blood is just part of it. It's just part of it. And while I shield the littler version of me from the heat with my body, the way a Mount St. Helens martyr mother or big sister would spend their last breath sipping your tears from the dust, wrapping the babies in broke backs of shoulders and lullaby, a girl, a hymn that only learned belt and running, the only song that lasted long enough to catch on until it rested under your breath like a necklace, a choke collar. You say, I have never known sacrifice like this. And the trailhead bleeds like your son, a mirror. I am as hungry as my God, as ashamed to show my belly. God is the dog out in my backyard. I am pious and humming the tune in the back while you sing, Father, you sing from my mouth, holy, holy, whip me, put me out back for the dogs, holy, teach me, holy, humble, how to worship you and him, and graciously all of the bloodthirsty men who conduct this song in their house of God, hands lock me up in the house so I can become better, your Eve, your resemblance, your woman, your dowry, your daughter, your wonder, your baby, your virgin, cooked and holy, dirt seeping from my skin, watching from the back of the house, my own body coming undone at the teeth, alto 2, section, a seat in the choir, a voice only God could have given me to lick the teeth off myself, holy, hungry, humble. God help me. Home.
Whoa. Oh my God. I am as hungry as my God. Oh my God. Spectacular, baby. It was fantastic.
Thank
You are
you.
loved dearly by this community. Everybody open your mics. Give it up for baby. Your
Wow. Yes. Awesome.
That was
Thank you for the time. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, luckily, Nightmares End and give you a chance to write them down. That was
Indeed.
intense. I liked how you
Indeed.
got into it too, with the kind of turned your whole body into a metronome. That
Thank
was
you.
really nice.
Yeah, that was crazy when that meter switched and it was like your phrases were like hard sauce of an iambic, but it was phrases. And
Thank
you
you.
kept bouncing the phrases off and the words like, oh man, stop playing.
Thanks.
Stop playing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that went over well. Yeah, baby. All right. Next up on the mic, we have Debby Segal, newly published author.
Oh, that was so wonderful. I've been coming after baby. Luckily, I'm going to do my cover first, which will be from the amazing Kim Adonisio, and I'll just read off the screen now. It is called To the Woman Crying Uncontrollably in the Next Stall by Kim Adonisio. If you ever woke in your dress at 4 a.m., ever closed your legs to someone you loved, opened them for someone you didn't, moved against a pillow in the dark, stood miserably on a beach, seaweed clinging to your ankles, paid good money for a bad haircut, backed away from a mirror that wanted to kill you, bled into the back seat for lack of a tampon, if you swam across a river under rain, sang using a dildo for a microphone, stayed up to watch the moon eat the sun entire, ripped out the stitches in your heart. Because why not? If you think nothing and no one can listen, I love you. Joy is coming. So that was Kim Adonisio. She was like a classmate of mine at San Francisco State, and she just like went on to become Kim Adonisio. And here I am, just Debby Segal, but that's okay. There's a place for everybody.
We love you, Debbie.
Oh, I know. She also said, I took a class with her later after being her classmate, and she also said, hey, nobody reads poetry, nobody buys poetry. And we all said, except yours, like, come on. And anyway, so that's Kim. And I'm going to be reading this probably a few more times if I run into you guys in Zoom rooms, because I want to get it to where I can deliver it, to where I can put this video together and submit it to that lady that does the National Beat Poet Laureate thing. I'm gonna submit this, I think. And you can ask me, you can DM me if you want more info. I'll try and dig up the info. So here's this draft of this, and it's called Mama Allows. She is dubious. She sees debris swirling away down to the bay. She debates with bees whizzing in the breeze. She's a fallen angel, really another you, another doubting true believer. When unveiled over her head, she is burnt, not yet buried, but cracked and wholly wrecked. Though she is raw, drowned, forgiven, connected, and gone, it remains she is forgiven. She says, I am another you. Still arising, particular creation betwixt Merkabah matrix and a second sun, like that dream of a mandala, crystals and stardust, across numbers and drum beats, tracking secret maps into the void, transmuting waves and dots, like how the Platonic shapes dance, where a scribe sculpts her of bone and feather. Her moon bleeds silver ash arrow flakes, flickering narrow shadow medicine show, fool's gold pieces, bright, clear discernment. It isn't favorable, so she says no. Thank you.
Yeah, Debbie. Great reads.
Yeah,
Fantastic work,
really good stuff.
as always. Can't wait to get your new book. It's Edwin in the Embrace of Entropy, right?
Oh, right. I should probably drop the link in the what you call it or something. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you
drop
for
the link in the-
reminding me. Yeah.
Drop the link in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have the inimitable, the one, the only, C.P. Mays. Brace yourselves, everyone.
So I'm having fun on this Monday. Shout outs to Nemo. This is my second, I call it my crypt, it's micro triptych, and I'm just doing numbers of them, kind of like you do, and I just piece the numbers together or whatever. So thank you for this style. My crypt is micro cryptic, number 2. Semper Fidelis. Marines equals Semper Fidelis equals Latin equals always faithful equals 30 rounds of faithfulness fresh out of give a fucks in magazines, no subscriptions or addresses outside of downrange needed equals Jesus Christ charge carding us heaven with taxes and fees excluded. Beware of boogeymen keeping timeshares in lions' dens. Beware scalping tickets to cross the river Styx leaves the boatsman pissed. Beware, you either be damned to death or be damn good at dying. Beware, shells burn like STDs as M16 switch from 3-round bursts into semi, the feud, prow, braid. My Marines left 2 murder trial pleas to me at 500 yards, naked eye, no scope, no hope dies. Please, Father, Son, Holy Ghost collection plates are just bar tabs. Please, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, Jose Cuervo, please, bartender, please, can't apply prayer, scripture, band-aids on shotgun wounds equal please. Damn if we didn't step on toes when dancing with the devil equals Semper Fi equals left, please. My family tree stumps. Granite, planet, gravel gospel, rooted in gunshot ghettos, brain stems, no seeds. Dilapidated was the day of the month I was born in. My family raised cocaine and able for profits, the second coming of gods, coming in second waves of a 7-day high on the 1st and 15th of every month. I can still smell the stench of a 38 snub-nosed revolver in my urine. When my mother's water broke, it smelled of slumlord gutters and past due rent. Busted veins, broken leases, and pawn shop tickets. Murders brought the family together more than any Easter Sunday ever could. My heartbeats are knocking on the door of a bomb scare, and I should be scared that I'm not. I should be scared that the truth and facts sometimes get sleepy and feel the need to lie down for rest. I should be scared that in 2004, my grandfather died not knowing how to read or write. My family tree is as ugly as a misunderstanding an egotistical God won't quite admit to. Our caskets are fashioned out of petrified shoulda, coulda, woulda, woods. Our branches are off from trucks. Our pulse pumps pulp, produce and push pain out of our skin as if sheets of paper riddled in tattooed ink. Skeleton bones fracture funny bones, for death has never been a beautiful joke jotted down in my family tree's fine print using Revelations as an updated resume. Lucifer became a highly trained lumberjack using Christ as a chainsaw to keep cutting my ugly family tree short. Yeah, what's been new with you? Me? I was cardiac arrested for heart beating myself with broken nevers, boomeranging back, I love yous. I was facing 2 charges of breaking and entering hurt cold shoulders, searching for an honest truth. Eventually, Her Honor dropped the charges. But other than that, I'm good. What's new with you? Oh.
Hell yeah. Do you have another piece for us, CP?
Yes, the cover poem.
Wonderful. A cover poem. Excellent. Let's hear it.
Okay. And usually when I do covers, like I'll read the first line and then I won't read anymore. I kind of let the poem take me wherever it kind of takes me in the moment. So yeah, let's see where it goes. Traumatic childhoods grow up to become trauma doctors, bomb techs, or detonators, or amputees. We grow up and become canines. In evolutionary adaptation, I have food aggression to this day. The fission tank, it hijacked my body. I grew big teeth. Dad lifts the dog up off the kitchen floor by the choke collar till it floats. I am 5, and I see a musician, then a bomb, then a light, a Geiger counter ringing faster, and now in me with more speed in me to the blades, like a flat line. The dog and I am next. You cannot shelter in nuclear fallout. Shit. There's not a drop of water you can drink safely. Burn your clothes, burn the pictures, watch your back. We grow up with radiation poisoning. My guts are lined with tremors. My family is alive and well, but live inside me. Wherever I take my body, the plants die. Someone is screaming. Us children, a horror, us nuances, weeping with me. The wound is not healing. Decades later now, and we move room to room through the walls haunted in the dead zone. Don't miss anything but my father before he got the dog. And I'm not ready to see my mother unless I got to be literal again. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I don't need anything but what used to be here. Everywhere we go, the ringing in ears. Each new person, a warning plays again. Like the hardwood floor, everywhere I am missing. I am the Geiger counter in kitchen. You are a creature fear. I'm decay incarnated. The gas leak is making dinner tonight. Decades later, makes the air heavy with the loud loading of the dishes. Will hold your breath for me if you can hear this. We are a separate species, us animals, us viscera, who know not be evacuated from the end zone. Visionaries with the trigger finger. I mean, I see the homeland as it used to be just seconds before the blast. I feel the life that used to live inside of me, always waiting, nodding for the next loss. The next light shall come, reach out to me faster than the cancer, or turn away. I'm losing my hair. I'm scratching the eyes out of this yearbook picture. I want to go back to the old days when I could see Magick and then not be blindfolded. The dog dies. Not a trick. If you ever want out of this circle, make your way to the left. There's a hole in the fence. The seniors are waiting with the lifeline and the bolt cutter. If anyone comes to let you out, we take the hand, step into the land of the living. It will be green wherever we go. They say it will feel like breathing again, but we won't. You won't. You tell yourself you can live like this, build a home like a ghost, move through concrete like an already dead thing. You stay away from the sun. You are no longer alive, but waiting for the end. Hunt your own skin. The mirror is lying. Goosebumps. Who does that happen? The body cannot exist. I am inevitable. I am annihilation. What purpose does a war hero serve out of the line of fire? So what they told you, you weren't allowed to leave. Did they let your lab rat teeth cutting through your tongue, your chin, and did they stutter? Did they look at you with disgust? Did they say it's not supposed to live through the kind of pain? Did they call you a thing? I think you know it becomes you, though. It lives like the junkie lines of you. But you aren't in the pain still. You haven't been here and said it yet. Can you feel the heredity trying to move through the walls as a shadow? How does it leave the doors open? How can you get the chemo and the wound and made me a ghost? It has to cut my own airway just to eat. The dog in me, my dead, living, it's here now. It's 5 years old, letting the flies in, festering in me, as it does in you. As a matter of time, it's here, isn't it? With me, in me. I'm trying to save you from my touch. I have to go. Please, if I tell you I have to go, don't follow me. Poem by Maddie.
Whoa! Oh my God! Brilliant poem, Maddie. Brilliant read, CP. Everybody, open your mics.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't have to tell you to love
Wow.
on.
Woohoo!
Semper Fi.
Yeah.
Semper Fi.
Appreciate you, Maddie. Thank you for
I love
trusting me
you. I
with the baby.
appreciate you. I'm honored as always.
And I didn't do my impromptu cursing, so that's awesome.
Oh, don't worry, I'll do it for you. Y'all fucking ridiculous, man. Like really 100% like unadulterated, steaming out the oven. Crazy.
It's like looking into the sun, man. It's insane.
There's not enough water to put out the fire on that microphone.
Indeed. Indeed. And next up on the mic, we have Parquillian. Bless us with some words, Martin.
All right, thank you. I don't know how I'm
Thank
about to follow
you.
that. Not sure how to follow that, but this stuff, I guess I have to say now for something completely different, if not entirely disconnected, because all of our minds that work in different ways. This is called Butterfly Mind. My mind is like a butterfly that often flits from thought to thought, but when I take the time to stop and settle down to hear that voice that only comes from deep within, it often sends out waves that lift my joys and grief into words and lines that settle down on this iPhone screen, where they can be shared with the world in ways that bring my relief to this butterfly mind. And then when I was thinking about a cover, I realized probably somebody else has written a poem with that title. So this is Butterfly Mind by Amy Sutton. I follow through phantom sweet imaginings, technicolor water droplet bittersweetness, awed like an infant in the face of gossamer razor rainbow speak. The spell is cast and a familiar face is transformed into firework butterfly rain cloud realism. Suddenly seeing the clockwork, the beauty, and the scars, unable to believe my smiling son could cry such cold tears. Man, thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. A great read on the cover. Great butterfly minds. Wow. Everybody open your mic. Give some love to Parquillian.
Love. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love, love.
Created such a great atmosphere in the room here, so thank you.
Yeah, we have put together quite a group of esteemed poets tonight, and we will keep that rolling with the estimable elemental host of New Eurekan Poets Cafe Thursday night online open mic, the one, the only elemental. Bless us with some words, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Peace and blessings, folks. I know y'all can't see what's going on right here. My man Prop.
Oh my God.
What's good?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Kind of doing this thing. So to all the poets who came before me and after, I truly appreciate you. Your energy really makes this thing rock and roll. I am Elemental, host of the online open mic presented by the legendary New Eureka Poets Cafe. Fall through every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Rock with the greatest community in the world. Shout out to Magus. So I am in Cali, rocking with one of the dopest propaganda poet, doing a couple things in SoCal, man. It's been amazing. Had to make sure I follow through and support the community. So I'm gonna need two pieces, a cover and then a piece of work that I need to get into work. So most of you know me know that I am a fan of Amiri, and this is one of his In Agony As Now. I am inside someone who hates me. I look out from his eyes, smell what foul turned come into his breath, love his wretched woman. Slits in the metal for sun where my eyes sit turning at the cool air, the glance of light or hard flesh rubbed against me, a woman, a man without shadow or voice or meaning. This is the enclosure, flesh where innocence is a weapon, an abstraction, touch, not mine or yours. If you are the soul I had and abandoned when I was blind and had my enemies carry me as a dead man. If he is beautiful or pitied, it can be pain. As now, as all his flesh hurts me, it can be that or pain. As when she ran from me into that forest, or pain, the mind sliver spiraled, withered against the sun, higher than even old men thought God would be. Or pain, and the other, the yes. Inside his books, his fingers, they are withered yellow flowers and were never beautiful. The yes, you will. Lost souls say beauty, beauty, practice as the tree, the slow river, a white sun in its west sentences. Or the cold men in their gale ecstasy, flesh or shoal, the yes. Their robes blown, their bowls empty, they chant at my heels, not at yours. Flesh or soul as corrupt, where the answer moves too quickly, where the God is a self after all. Cold air blown through narrow, blind eyes, flesh, white hot metal, glows as the day with its sun. It is a human love I live inside. A bony skeleton you recognize as words or simple feeling. But it has no feeling. As the metal is hot, it is not given to love. It burns the thing inside it. And that thing screams. Appreciate y'all. All right. So I heard some folks get into this, so I got it. Woo! It's been a minute on this one. This is church. I used to go to church religiously. Sat in the pew closest to the pulpit, thinking I would be touched by the Holy Spirit that anointed the preacher the moment he stepped in it. I would sing with all my might, turning the tenor section into my personal testimony, thought my voice made demons run for cover from the glory of the Most High. My conviction kept me in check. From seeing the creature in a three-piece suit with gold fixtures, preaching the collection plate gospel, harvesting nectar from the sweetest flowers and plucking pennies from wishing wells, the show was stupendous. A Cirque de Serenades and showmanship with hip-hop loops and R&B riffs, it was theater. No praise, just prancing, trying to bargain first-class tickets to heaven with ties and tales of kings and Jezebels, angels and demons, both human and divine, hiding behind silk robes and ceremonies, and pretty prefixes like brother, deacon, doctor, reverend, pastor, bishop, executioner, leading lambs to slaughter. Every church in my community like clockwork. One Sunday, I heard a preacher say, we counted the collection. It's not enough. We need more. Dig deeper, fixed his lips and his costume for his encore performance, called on God for the strength of 10 Davids slanging them rocks to smite the Goliaths blocking the construction of their new sanctuary. Turn with me to the book of Hustlers, chapter 6, verse 2. If you got game, this how you do. Say, turn to your neighbor. Say, neighbor, give all you can. I know it hurts, but there's no better feeling than building a new house for the Lord, of course. Stand up, testify, Lord. Open their hearts and their wallets, receive this blessing of giving, tune out the naysayer, turn up the praise. Come on, choir, sing that song. We about to have some church up in here. Jitterbug this showroom flow, keeping the good folk in line and attached to the end of masses chain, paying and praying, praising and poaching pockets for profits, I swear. Preachers vacationing on congregation life savings, but won't help the people if they church account ain't up to date for collection's sake. Tabernacle, I've disrupted my carrier wave signal. This red pill has corrupted my church going soul. I see the code. Written by theology scholars with twisted quills, drinking divinity from chalices like slurricane on street corners, draped in green for the money and gold for the honey. This is hidden language in plain sight to lead the blinded into tricks and treats every month of the year. This is candy from babies, pimpology at its greatest. Commandments chiseled on hymnals, speaking in tongues of master manipulators like player proverbs. Thou shalt not disrespect the game, because ain't no business like hoe business. Pimping pews and getting paid, trading bitch for amen, they hallelujah all the way to the bank. Pay a massa for that good God Almighty. Judge. Appreciate y'all.
Hell yeah. How are the walls not being blown down with two such brilliant poets in one fucking room? Oh my God. Oh my God, Elemental. Let's give it up. Open your mics. Yeah.
You're so
Yeah,
fucking talented, dude.
Oh,
It's
dude.
incredible.
Yeah.
You kick
Yes.
so much ass.
Welcome to SoCal. You knocked it out of the ballpark.
Right?
Appreciate y'all.
Okay.
Let me find out you're wearing a skin suit with the thing rolled down trying to surf, man. You're in SoCal. You should do it big.
Okay, up next we have Propaganda Poet. I see he's got Division in his hands. I own that book. I highly recommend you buy it. I would be flashing it, but it's packed away in a bunch of boxes from my move. But nevertheless, I love his books. Love his books. Look at those two. Oh, such beauty in one box. How can we deal? How can we deal? Propaganda, will you bless us with some words?
Okay, so I got a couple things to say. I just got 3 short poems so that I have a minute to talk about a couple things. Like, it's not just doing poetry. Me and this brotherfucker over here have been hanging out for like 3 days straight now. And I don't know, I lost track. But y'all like don't understand how real this dude is and how poetry is his fucking lifeblood. Like we accidentally, he cut himself on my van the other day and he bled fucking words. Like this dude just like for real. And to have him here is such an honor, and I cannot wait to just let him loose on my students in the next few days. It's going to be pretty amazing. But I just love y'all, and thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. And so here we go. I'm going to do 3 short poems. One is mine out of this book here, and then the other 2 are cover poems, because these are a couple poems that really need to be heard. So here we go. For real, so this is in honor of Black American heritage that we should be celebrating daily. Fuck a month. Fuck the shortest month of the year. Like, whatever. Like, history, American history is all of our fucking history. So that's what this is about. Promoting patriotic education. An actual GLP quote from the 1776 Commission. Manifest Destiny is the white privilege OG, privatizing freedom since 1843, financing it with white pride, genocide, and slavery, amassing a fortune that still feeds the festering GOP. Oh, I'm sorry, maybe we should call it the New Confederacy. See, they're commissioning 1776 so they can get yet another fix. They still want us all turning their tricks because, like Elemental just said, every pimp needs a hose. In their bizarre reality, they normalize insanity while selling out our humanity to afford their status quos. White privilege is Western Civ, required curriculum, while everyone else is just an elective. And this is going to be, this is a micro poem by Marwan Makau. I'm butchering that name, I'm sure. In order for me to write poetry that is not political, I must listen to the birds. And in order to hear the birds, the warplanes must be silent. And then this is called, this is by Noor Hindi. And this is one of my favorite poems in the fucking world. And I'm glad I get to share it with you. Here we go. Fuck your lecture on craft. My people are dying. Colonizers write about flowers. I tell you about children throwing rocks at Israeli tanks seconds before becoming daisies. I want to be like those poets who care about the moon. Palestinians don't see the moon from jail cells and prisons. It's so beautiful, the moon. They're so beautiful, the flowers. I pick flowers for my dead father when I'm sad. He watches Al Jazeera all day. I wish Jessica would stop texting me happy Ramadan. I know I'm American because when I walk into a room, something dies. Metaphors about death are for poets who think ghosts care about sound. When I die, I promise to haunt you forever until one day I'll write about flowers like we own them. Thank you for listening. Thank you for encouraging my behavior. Thank you for being there for each other. Peace, love, and poetry, y'all.
Yeah, Frogg, what? Did it.
Yeah, I encourage
Dope
your
shit.
behavior.
Dope shit.
Yo, let me tell y'all about this incredible educator that you just heard, man. This cat is a 100% inspiration to every single student that he touches. I'm telling you, I've been telling this cat since I got here. Your students are so damn lucky to have you as a professor because he listens, he feels, and you can feel it in his poetry. I'm telling y'all, it's absolutely real, for real. Cat's on point, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Well, that was fucking spectacular. What an evening so far. Unfortunately, Marianne Teft had to drop out. So up next, if you will bless us with some words, I hear you want to do a cover poem, Frogg.
Yeah.
Good deal.
I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath dead end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not, my wrath did grow. And I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears. And I sunned it with smiles and with soft deceitful wiles. And it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright, and my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine, and into my garden stole, when the night had veiled the pole. In the morning glad I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. The Poison Tree by William Blake.
Is it possible to have a soothing and menacing voice at the same time? Incredible work, William Blake. Excellent read. Everybody open your mics for Frogg Corpse.
Okay,
That was
so
terrifying and amazing.
So they just had up in LA, they just had a William Blake like display at the museum where like they had his art, they had his poetry, and I just want Frogg to be there, like reciting each fucking Blake poem as you're walking through the gallery, because that would, dude, like, yes, Yes. Oh my God. The way you read that was the way that his art looks. If you know Blake's art, you know what I'm talking about.
I continue to say that Frogg is our generation's Edgar Allan Poe. I'm convinced.
What a spectacular evening so far. To close out, your hosts will both be reading some poems. Yes, indeed. I am going to read two pieces, one an original that is inspired by Paul Skiff's Letitia James piece. This is called The Guy from Mar-a-Lago, and it's dedicated to Astrud Gilberto. It's sung to the tune of The Girl from Ipanema. Old and treasonous and fat and orange, the guy from Mar-a-Lago gets busted, and when he's busted, each MAGA head goes. When he's busted, people do the samba. They swing so cool and sway so gently that when he's busted, each MAGA head goes. Oh, but Trump watches so sadly. How can they indict him so badly? Yes, he would give his heart back gladly, but he stole top the secret documents madly. He does nothing straight or honestly, but he shouldn't be free. No, he shouldn't be free. No, he shouldn't be free, but he shouldn't be free. No, he shouldn't be free. Thank you very much. That's the guy from Mar-a-Lago. And next up, I have a cover. This piece is called Elephant Talk by King Crimson. Talk, talk, it's only talk. Arguments, agreements, advice, answers, articulate announcements. It's only talk. Talk, talk, it's only talk. Babble, verbal, banter, bicker, 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 bicker. Boo-ha-ha, balderdash, ballyhoo. It's only talk. Back talk. Talk, talk, it's only talk. Comments, cliches, commentary, controversy, chatter, chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, conversation, contradiction, criticism. It's only talk. Cheap talk. Talk, talk, it's only talk. Debates, discussions. These are words with a D this time. Dialogue, duologue, diatribe, dissension, declamation, double talk, double talk, double talk, double talk. Talk, talk, it's all talk. Too much talk, small talk, talk that trash, expressions, editorials, explanations, exclamations, exaggerations. It's all talk. Elephant talk, elephant talk, elephant talk. Thank you. Love you all.
Fucking love that song.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Magus. Awesome. Frog, you were like,
talk, Gusta.
you were such a good prop in the back, just giving her, man. That was amazing.
Gusta is always coming through with that energy. That's what I always love about hearing your poetry. And then when you start coming in with covers and you start using your voice as an instrument, man, you're ridiculous, sir. Just in case you didn't know, you're ridiculous.
Cheers. And now I'd like to present to you the host of Chaos Magic. It's KataLyst, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Reading. I think this might be your first time reading here, is it?
I think so. And I'm going to do 4 covers. They're kind of short.
Okay.
By
We're
special
here for it.
request.
I'm so ready for this.
They are written by Amadeus, and he couldn't be here, so he wanted me to read for him, and so I agreed. And I'm super empathic and kind of sort of like emotional today, so if I cry, sorry. Okay, this one's called My Forever Babe. I love you every day. Your presence never goes away. Loss of time happens when you are in my arms. Oh, how I miss your graceful charm. When you're angry, you're a tyrant, but in my eyes, you're a sweetheart. You will always be elegant. Your love never dies. Do you remember the day when we first met? Occasionally, we would do something thrilling. Ultimately, we had to stop and grace life with meaning. For you, my love, more adventures to come. Oh, how I miss those days. But better is about to be unveiled. Remember the time when you first told me you loved me? Entranced I was when I heard those words. I was blindsided. For the first time in my life, I felt real love, and to you I am bound. We made an eternal vow. I will love you forever. My love, please rest now and be at peace. It's not far from this day we'll be together once again. In the second piece, my clandestine flora. Let my beloved be a person of happiness and wildness. A loving force is the freedom of life's end without escape. There is no place to elude the pain in a place of severe despair, until love came like a fragrance in the air. A love that is greater than life itself. To endure in times of misfortune and regret, I saw vividly the false experience of my darkest self. That is considered a destructive and unforgiving mental plague. A life force that was once a senseless thought of adrift. A person who exists for the experience of a better tomorrow. Through the nature of gifts, I chose to stay. To discover freedom through the hell of sorrow, that is limited by the reality of painful wrath. Now free to search and discover the course of providence. The love I gave you, experiencing the downtime ending, and I can't pretend any longer. Because words can no longer reveal the level of such ecstasy that only you make me feel. This only happens when you reveal your love to me. Love is such a cosmic entity and will remain until eternity. An affection breaks free from the bonds of birth and death. Tomorrow, when the resurrection comes, a heart that is not smitten with love will fail to perceive what is beyond exploring. Third piece. Our love at first sight, I remember it like it was just yesterday. As the rain continues to fall, I still manage to bring flowers today. You love to open our conversation with trivias and jokes. As time goes by, your jokes become better even when it provokes. But through it all, your love never ceased to fail me till the end. Do you remember our walks in the evening garden? We were inseparable. We were each other's strength. Do you remember that morning when you said, I love you? We took a road trip to the mountaintop to enjoy the morning dew. And that very day when I also said, I love you, you kissed me. Years we've been together and I have never been happier. So happy until the virus came into the world to conquer. You got so sick that they had to place you in an emergency room, so hopeful that you'll get better, not knowing its inevitable doom. We never even got the chance to say goodbye to each other. Broken, devastated, and filled with rage when I heard your death. Nothing seems to matter anymore, not even our stored wealth. I lived in isolation and bitterness. It got so bad I wanted to die. I didn't sleep for days, hoping for an answer to the question why. Because it felt like I didn't lose you. Instead, you were stolen from me. Many months of pain and drowning under the name of sorrow. She wanted me to live so I could create for myself a better tomorrow. Would she be happy seeing me like this? The question to my realization. She would have wanted me to be happy. She would have wanted me to move on. So I say this with a smile in her plaque. Thank you for loving me. I have one more. It's a little shorter. My love beyond the stars. by Amadeus. Oh, how sweet and silent the night is, such tranquility emanating from its graceful bliss. My love is beyond the stars. My love roars. It is strong, but never a demanding force. My love is beyond the stars, and I see its horizon. No words to say, but what a beautiful dimension. Its wind moves, but never against my flow. My love beyond the stars never ends in sorrow. Classic beauty and refined quality, it is glorifying, and its powers are wide. Satisfying one's love that knows no quenching, for its love is nothing more than a never-ending sketch. Oh, how sweet and silent the night is. No words to say, but what a beautiful dimension. It is glorifying, and its powers are wide. My love beyond the stars has never died. Thank you for letting me share all that.
Thank
Love
you
you
so
guys.
much, KataLyst. We love you.
Love you guys
Everyone,
too.
open your mics. Give some love to KataLyst.
I
Our
kept wanting
first
to
time
hear
reading
you say,
on.
I kept wanting to hear you say the word love over and over every time you said it. I just wanted to hear it said more and more and more.
Yeah.
Love, 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 love. There you
Love
go.
you. We love you.
Love you guys too.
Okay, it looks like we've come to the end of the list tonight. A pretty early night for us. What a spectacular evening, everyone. I am so delighted to have Baby with us, and a poet, Paul Skiff, Bill Elkins, poet Sofia Falco, Elemental, LaMar Mitchell, Frogg Corpse, Martin Parker, Parquillian, Nemo Sum, CP Mays, and our guest tonight, Sarah Parsons, who was just vibing with us. I hope you had a good time. I hope everyone had a great evening. Give it up, open your mics, and share some love. And thank you for bringing the magic.
Woo! Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just have
Peace,
to
love, and
kind of,
poetry, y'all.
yeah, I just
Yo,
have to kind of
one
chuckle and
time for one of
delight.
the dopest hosts in the Zoom verse, the one and only Gustav Silas in the building. Shout out KataLyst. Y'all doing this work. I'm telling you, it's the heaviest work that you can do. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you
That's the
keep
best.
Chaos Magic flowing in the
True,
best of
true.
directions. I appreciate y'all, man, for
I think
real.
it's fantastic host, KataLyst, fantastic host. I love you all. It wouldn't be the same without you. Thank you for making
Cheers. We love you. Right back.
You all.
Paul, did you have something you wanted to say?
Oh, too much. I was going to say I just had to chuckle and delight this evening because all of you have outdone yourselves completely. You're not the same people I knew a week ago.
There you go.
It really
There
is.
you go. That's the effect of chaos magic. We love you all. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Peace, folks.
night,
Maddie's the
all.
fucking dopest. Maddie's the
Thanks, everyone.
dopest.
Thanks, guys. Good night, everybody.
I'll let y'all. Peace, y'all.
Thank you.